All right, so welcome to the Safe Zone, players. This is where we talk about all things Gelball, community news, gear debates, field updates, upcoming events, industry discussions, and everything happening around Australia.
Hello, I'm Nicole.
So Nicole is joining us all today as our resident outsider. She doesn't play Gelball, and she's here to ask the questions that new players, parents, partners, and curious spectators are probably thinking.
So basically, if you're listening and wondering what HPA means, why people argue about gel balls, and why grown adults are spending thousands of dollars on blasters, I'm probably wondering exactly the same thing.
And that's the reason why she's here, players. In the Safe Zone, this isn't just for hardcore players. It's for new players, rental players, parents, partners, and anyone interested in learning more about this hobby. All right, so a little bit of news for the community. Summercat have restocked their milky gels. So that's the good news, that they're obviously back in stock. Interesting question that I'd like to ask players, which I encourage you guys to comment below. Did you go straight back to the milkies, or did you find something new while they were out of stock? And if so, then how did you find those new gels, the performance through your blasters, while they were unavailable?
Rowan, here's my first question. Why are players getting so excited about these little balls of water?
So obviously gels is what we use through our blasters.
Okay.
All right, and it's really important for the players to get a nice, consistently grown gel.
Yep.
A good gel can turn a bad build good, and a bad gel can turn a perfect build bad. So we're chasing consistency. You do get just split opportunities when you're out playing, whether it is outdoors or indoors CQB, to engage with other players and obviously get those kills.
Okay.
So if you have to shoot 4 or 5 times before you get a positive hit, then you're giving the other player the opportunity to shoot you back. And a bad gel can really dampen your day.
Well, Rowan, when I start this, I'm playing to win. So this is what I need to know.
Copy that. Well, so number 1, obviously, gels, consistency and growth. Number 2, awesome build, which I got you back with that.
Thank goodness. It's not what you know, it's who you know, apparently.
100%. That's what I always say in life. Also, we'd love to see you guys comment down below the age-old debate with HBA versus AEG and obviously gas blowback. Give us your comments, which platforms you prefer to use and why. Personally, I look at an AEG as your daily driver, something that a beginner can walk into relatively cheaply and actually get out on the field and have some fun. It's a low cost out of the 3 options, get you into the hobby, and then hopefully the players can evolve.
Yeah, and I think it's great that people will share this sort of information, because with new players like me that want to come on board and, give this a bit of a crack, it'll give us somewhere to start doing some research so we can actually understand the product before we actually commit to purchasing anything.
Yeah, that is correct. And
Yeah.
I mean, for those players that aren't willing to commit right off the bat, most fields these days do hire packages.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, so here at Blacksite Gelball, we do a full hire package entry, give you a blaster, mags, gels, full face mask. And then that way you can come in, whether it's by yourself or with a couple mates.
Well, the only question I have is, does it come in different colours or is it just camo green?
Look, we go with the black because black is the safe color to go with here.
Yep.
But options are there clearly.
Yep.
Where we can help people modify their blasters into different colors.
Fantastic.
So suit their needs as they require. With your HBA builds, this is like similar to like a Formula One car, high performance piece of kit. Most of the tournament players will lean towards your HBA build, but with that, price increases obviously. Good things about HBA: very low maintenance. The only thing you really got to wrap your head around is the tune.
Well, that's not something that I'm used to.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, that is very true. First person experience right there, players. And then your gas blowback. platforms, they're your classic fields. So they're the Mill Simmers, some of the CQ beers that really want to go out there and get immersed in the whole gel ball side of things.
Yep.
They have reciprocating actions. They can feel real in the hands, and also the mechanics of changing out mags. Some people love that. I can't do that to save my life. That's why I run a drum mag.
Which I will eventually learn what that is.
Yes,
but
that is correct.
Are these things like simple for beginners to start using, or like am I going to find it complicated if I start going, oh my goodness, what is this product and what is this product? Or is it pretty straightforward, or is there someone here who's going to be able to help me?
So people here at Blacksite and hopefully other fields and retailers will have very knowledgeable salesmen and employees that will be able to help those new players learn all these platforms.
Yeah.
They can be very daunting to start with, but this is why we encourage players to come down to a field, go to your retailers and have a chat to them.
Yeah.
We find that the majority of the community is open, honest and friendly. We're all pushing as one to try and increase the community basis.
Yep.
We really need to get new players into this hobby.
Well, it's something that really excited me when we were having conversations before about, how many girls really have come on board and seen this as an option for a sport for them. So now we know that we can start to modify all of these products into different colours. I think we'll be getting more girls on board. Maybe we can show the boys how it's done eventually.
Well, we do have a couple female players that come down here. And what we normally find is with the new female players that come in, they are a little bit skittish to start with. Mm-hmm. But by the end of the day, they're actually more aggressive than most of the guys.
Well, there's nothing surprising there, Rowan. About, you just said obviously technology changes so swiftly.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So the reason I say technology changes is because we go through there's different types of reiterations of a blaster. We had the old Gen 8 gearboxes, then we had the V2 gearboxes, then we had the V3 gearboxes, then we go back to the V2s.
So much to learn.
You get the proprietary platforms, but the bread and butter is the V2. But then we talk about internals and materials used.
I was going to say, this all sounds very exciting, but does it make it look better or does it make it work better?
Both.
Great.
Right. So, there are players out there that are very much aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
So they're the people that, want it to look the piece.
Pardon the pun.
Yeah.
Yep.
When we were developing the MWS, we spoke to many players and queried the relevance of having the right marking on a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, it's paramount. And I was like, it can't be. Like, who cares if we have this Colt marking on this side? Oh, no, but that's from the 1970s. The top section is from the 80s, and this is a civilian-style receiver. We want the military style. I was just like, you've got to be kidding, even
Sorry,
down to
Rowan,
the stock.
I'm going to stop you right there. This is like talking about women and the latest shoes that are coming in this season. So
Correct.
Why do I understand this and you don't?
Right. So, so there's the aesthetic side of things where, when you guys see our gear segment,
mm-hmm.
we've got people that are just right into it that have to have the specific loadout, which is perfectly fine. Then you get someone like me who I look at it and go, I want function over form. Right. So I just want the gel blaster to work, fire a gel. That's why I roll around with a drum mag, because number one, my mag mechanics suck. I have tried.
Mm-hmm.
But number two, it's just quicker for me to move through the field.
Well, that's interesting. And if everyone hasn't already caught on, I just want one that's pink.
Yeah. So I always say Gel Blasters is multifaceted in the levels because it's a journey for every player.
Mm.
So when you first get into gel blasting, it is a hobby. It's something that you enjoy doing in your spare time. You may allocate a small percentage of your life to it once a month, once every fortnight, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You come in, you get a higher blaster, all of that stuff. Then the sports side of things is like all the speedball events. Like they'll train 2 to 3 times a week.
Wow.
They'll go to tournaments every other weekend.
That's amazing.
Some teams will go to a tournament every weekend.
Wow.
And you can I see the strain it has on their partners, their family, but I also see the sport that their partners and their family give them.
Yeah.
To sit there and go, if this is the sport that you've chosen,
Yes.
then we're going to encourage you to go do that training 2 or 3 times a week. We're going to encourage you to go to those tournaments on the weekend. They don't get any money for it.
And Rowan, let's be honest, it's no different to any other sport when you think of it, like the commitment that goes into it. So,
Yeah.
but tell me this though, because it can be quite overwhelming to come into an environment like this. If someone's kind of thinking about, oh, I'd really like to do it, but I'm nervous to go in, I don't know anybody, like, what's the first step for them to kind of understand, the community and the welcoming factor of the community?
So the first step is for the organizer or the person they're going to reach out to be welcoming. So,
But who do I call?
so 3 weeks ago,
Yes.
I had an email from a new player
Mhm.
who had never been before. They emailed me and was just like, "Hey, I really want to come down and experience Blackside. I don't have any of my friends to come down with,
Yeah.
but I want to experience it." And I messaged him, or pretty sure it was him. I messaged them and was like, "Hey, let me know what date you want to come down.
Yeah.
We will put you on a squad, and I will join you."
Oh.
Right. So it's up to the field owners, managers, team, staff to be that inviting person, because they're the first point of call.
Yeah.
If you're worried, let me help you to overcome that.
Mm.
And they messaged back. I was, oh yeah, sweet, that's cool. I was like, look, I'm the owner here. I love this sport. I want to get as many new people in as possible. If you can't convince any of your friends to come down, then please come down. Let me know what date.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make sure the boys here know that you're coming down, so it's more than welcoming. I'll make sure that you put on a squad that's super welcoming, and I will join you.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And they were like, yep, cool. I'll let you know which date.
Because you've obviously known me for a very long time, and getting into something new is not something that I engage in particularly often, especially when it's like sports or larger groups or activities that I don't really feel confident in. So I think that that's so important, that people don't feel deterred from giving it a go just because they feel overwhelmed or they don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Then that's the big thing, isn't it? Is trying to bridge that first initial jitters, because we've seen it every weekend when we get new players come in. They're always scared. They always have the same questions. Hey, does it hurt? Hey, they see some of the players in our squad bays.
And I take it that you don't teach people that it doesn't hurt the way you taught me.
Well, no, that was my own personal little
pew pew.
Yep. And just to see them get through their first couple games.
Yep.
And it's usually by the third game of the session that they really break out of their shell.
Mm-hmm.
They're progressing up the field. They're actually getting into the action. They're actually squatting up with other players.
Does it take long to learn what each of the different, do we call it games?
Game modes?
Yeah. What each of the different game modes are? Does it take long to understand how to navigate that? Or
so in our casual sessions, we try and make the game modes as easy as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So we try and make it as intuitive as possible. We don't try and overwhelm any new players, especially in our casual session, with any too in-depth rule sets. Don't get me wrong, we will be releasing our tactical casual sessions in July, and they'll be more in-depth. So they will be more for the seasoned players that do want a more challenging experience, a more immersive experience. But for your casual players, we always recommend going to a casual session, and they're going to be really straightforward. They're also going to fall in line with a lot of the computer game rule sets, which most players or most people will be at the very least not experienced to, but what's the word I'm looking for? Exposed to.
Okay.
Right. So like TDM is team deathmatch.
Okay.
Basically, you're just going out there. If you get shot, then you go, or if you get hit, then you go back to to your spawn.
Is there an appendix that has all of these
terminology?
The terminology, the abbreviations, and the acronyms.
I will make sure we formulate that for you.
So, should I be reading should I change the habit of a lifetime and not have be reading the instructions, or is there something that I should be looking up to read or watch before I come down?
No, I encourage every single person out there just to jump in.
Great.
Yep.
Okay.
But don't be scared. Especially down here at Blacksite.
Yeah.
We're more than accommodating to new players.
And just to confirm, I know that I referenced earlier that I've been down here and I've actually had a go. It was literally, I was here by myself. So I don't know anything about the squads, anything about how it's all kind of put together in the game modes. So I think that'll be really interesting for when I take the plunge. I finally take the plunge and get cracking with it.
Hey guys, my name is Dominic. Some of you know me as Vanguard.oz on Instagram. Here at Blackside, this is my usual kit. What I'm wearing is a full set of the UF Pro Striker series. So I've got the UF Pro Striker TT and the HT in the pants. Boots wise, I am running a set of Salomon Quest 4Ds. So this belt is a replica of the Shaw Usurper belt. So you'll notice I have canted mags. And the reason for that is once the belt is on, and you'll see it later, it's quite easy to draw pistols that way, and I don't have the base plates digging into my stomach as I, get into very awkward compromising positions in the field. Of course, 2 magazines for the pistol, 1 for the rifle. Along the back, we have a repro of the Blue Force Gear trauma kit now. So this is just like my little boo-boo kit. It'll have plasters, small nitrile gloves as well, and just some wound wipes. I do run, this is a genuine Safariland QBL. So as you can see here, that thigh strap is just going to make sure that that pistol is not going to go anywhere. I do have Black Hawk carabiner, screw gate carabiner gloves, and I got them on sale, but these are genuine pig full dexterity alphas. This is a Shekin Gears AVS swimmer cut. I have configured it as an assaulter's configuration, and I kind of ditched the AVS harnesses because it was a little bit bulky and it does get a little warm when you run around, especially when I swap these out for weighted plates. The last thing I want to be is my own heat casualty. So we'll work in the front here. So we'll start. This is a sword dump pouch here. So for those who probably are aware with like 2 commando builds and SAS builds as well, you'll notice they do this. So the dump pouch is central, so at least I can throw magazines, SSE, if you want to, if you're doing site-sensitive exploitation in your, I suppose, mission when you're playing milsims, and like, intel. I've had Luke's notebook in here at one point, but there's that. But it's just handy to just have like just somewhere to just dump everything in the middle, and at least the weight is still centered around you. Coming up to the placard, this is actually just like a detachable flap that's just mole. 2 TYR happy pouches for the M4, and they all have the taco mechanism where you've got this 2 plates that kind of squish into it. This is an ADA double M4 pouch. You can hold other admin items in there, especially if you want something with a closed flap. Just trauma shears if you need to cut through anything. In the back, this is a repro of the Velocity Systems Assaulter's back panel. So this is a double pouch. Neat thing about it, again, Luke's extra grenades go in here. In there is also a pocket for water for your camelback. The bottom half of this is actually detachable. This is my other more serious medical kit. So this will have my boo-boo, my snake bites, wound sprays, and like little ice roll-ons. So if you do feel like you're cramping up a little bit, I do have deep heat as well. So this here is actually a TCA 152, so it is a bit of a big boy. I could probably throw this at someone and consider it possibly a melee kill if I really wanted to, but let's not do that here. And that has the PTT routed along my shoulder pads as well with just the aerial. Face mask, my face protection is just a Condor neck sock, and this is in multicam. Again, I have different colors for this. Again, depends on your theme, depends on the loadout you want to do. So eye protection needs to be ASNZ 1337 rated. So I normally run Oakley M frames as well. It's nice to have spares with these 3Ms. They are rated for safety. Helmet. This is a repro of the OpsCore Fast SF Carbon. So this is actually a carbon fiber helmet, which is probably why it's a bit lighter than what some people may have with FMA. I have my mesh combs in the back, and that's just sort of jerry-rigged and mounted into my ears as well, which is just a set of sword ends as well. 2 lights on the side. So I've got the SNS Precision mount with the Surefire vamp. So this does give me just a white light, and then on the other side is just a rep of the MPLS Charge, which has the green and red for night works. PVS 31 Mohawk panel here with a Hellstar 6 that actually also emits true IR, which is neat. This is just going to be just like a cheeky little power bank. I actually just got this from a BP. Nice little size as well, and it's just good as I use it more as a counterweight in this scenario. This is, I believe, a Sotac Wilcox G24 mount. The camera mount is actually a WoSport sort of offset GoPro. So you'll notice here with my GoPro Hero, I've got a more natural first person view, but at least it's offset and just a smidge out of the way, so it's not impeding when I go when I go down range as well.
A little bit more industry news. On the downside, GSA has closed down. They supported all of the new junior teams coming through, whether that was allowing them to come in outside of field hours, making it more affordable for these younger players to get into the sport. So, this is what we need to do as retailers and as fields to foster these young kids coming through and try and help them as best as we possibly can.
So in line with that, what is the community doing to make that happen?
So we've got some key, what we like to call celebrities. And
I love this.
And hopefully we'll get you up to that stage at some point.
Watch this space, everyone.
Yep. So there are some key celebrities out there that really do invest in the community, namely Marty from On the Couch. We've got all of the retailers, Vass. We've got Joe, we've got Francis over at Spec Ops, Gel City. Obviously, we've got Hayden, myself here at Black Site and RPM, and all the Black Site and RPM crew. We are always trying to encourage more and more players to come in. On a personal standpoint, Joe has introduced me to those younger players that frequent their field. So I'm in contact with them just to try and see if we can facilitate their needs during the week here at Black Site, so that we keep them in the industry, we keep them engaged, and just constantly pushing to be a part of it. They're going to be our future.
I think something that's really interesting is that when you told me that you had this business, I honestly thought of it as like a little game. And now that I have experienced and come inside and had a look at everything that's down here at the site, I am absolutely astonished at the work that's gone into every single facet of this business. And everyone that I've met has been obviously like very helpful. But when I went into the field and actually was able to hold a blaster and you showed me how to use it, I was engaged immediately. So I think that if you can convert me into going, wow, this is absolutely incredible, I think that there are so many people out there who would really just be absolutely like in awe of this and wanting to be part of it.
Yeah, I think we definitely, new players and people on the outside looking in, we definitely need to break that barrier.
Yeah.
All right, because some people can walk into this with some
preconceived ideas.
Yeah, correct. Preconceived ideas and notions about what we are and who we are and what we do.
And I'm the first one to say that I was definitely one of those people.
Yeah.
So I think that the education piece around what this actually is and what you're achieving as a community and how it's building relationships with people, and it's an engaging environment. And I think there's lots and lots to learn.
Yeah, it's
not just product related.
It's obviously getting people, what we say, getting them off the couch.
Yep.
But not also getting them off the couch, but getting them off the couch, running around and engaging with other people in the community, which everyone is really helpful and open.
Yeah.
It can be daunting if you actually look at any of the content online or actually think about what gel blasters or a gel blaster field is. It can be very daunting. But once you sort of look behind the curtain and you actually see how inviting it is.
Yeah.
And gel balls don't hurt that much, really.
I did find that out. Thank you,
Yeah,
Rowan.
you're very welcome. That was what is it? That was a memorable moment for me.
I'll bet. I think you've been wanting to shoot me for a long time.
yeah, that's exactly right.
Anyway, moving on
legally
swiftly
anyway.
and this is something that you've actually corrected me on several times, that it's so easy for people who are unaware of like what happens in the industry. It is not a gun; it is a gel blaster.
Correct.
Yeah.
So,
and can the gel blaster be modified into an
No.
actual weapon?
No, it's just impossible.
And I think that this is something that, you know, again, people from the outside looking in could really be thinking, oh, well, I'm not really into this because this is what could happen with that product. So I think it's very important for people to really understand that these these blasters cannot be modified to become a physical weapon.
No. So, I sort of lean on the fact of, with enough intent, a spoon can be sharpened down into a knife. But this is definitely not the intent of these gel blasters. These gel blasters are effectively a kid's toy.
Okay, so we're talking about a safe product. So when people come here, they will be kitted up with all of their safety gear, but the blasters they're using cannot cause harm.
No, definitely not. When the blasters are used for their intended use in a safe environment with a group of people overlooking that understand what they are, then there is no possibility of anyone really seriously getting hurt.
Oh, that's good to know.
So a little bit more industry news. On the downside, GSA has closed down. That was definitely a field that most players would love to frequent. Just a word out there, TAC has moved to an online store. So don't fret for those players who have been customers of TAC Edge. They still can provide them with products. So just jump on their webpage. They still will service your blaster needs, parts, new blasters and all that stuff. So what does that really mean for the future of Gelball? Obviously, there have been some legislation changes.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is something that really interests me because obviously as an outsider looking in, having a better understanding of what the gel blaster industry actually entails. Everyone has seen like different sorts of news stories. So I think personally, and I think a lot of people out there who are on the outside looking in would be interested to know what is the legislation and how is this, how are you as a business actually putting that into place and educating your players on what this is also.
Yeah, so it's really difficult for what's the difficult part to understand is that there's two levels of legislation. So we've got the federal legislation, which just handles the importation of gel blasters.
Yep.
And then we've got the state laws, which handle the gun laws themselves.
Yep.
So where we're finding it difficult at the minute, where they've changed the federal legislation for importation of gel blasters, is that on a federal level they've reclassified them. So they've reclassified them as a skirmish marker.
Right.
So because they've reclassified them as a skirmish marker, they're now falling under a definition. They have two definitions. One definition is a gel blaster that does not reasonably resemble an M4 receiver. So if it doesn't do that, then they fall under all the rules that we've all played for before.
Obviously, I'll be looking up what these receivers look like when we have finished today.
Yep, I'll give you some examples. And I just had a meeting with the Border Force a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
And he ironed out some of my concerns and gave me some more clarity in the interpretation of these laws. Effectively, they don't care what is in front of the receiver. So handguards, outer barrels. I know you look a little bit confused, but
we'll get to those.
Yeah, we'll get to that eventually.
It's only day one.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And then anything from the rear of the receiver, they don't care about. They're not taking that into consideration. Yeah, so the clarification is just the receiver set. So if it doesn't reasonably resemble an M4 receiver, then that falls under a lesser category, which is just covered under I think it's a B704 A.
Oh, I'm sure that they've got all of this legislation online now.
Yeah,
so if
correct.
people are interested, they can look that up.
Yeah, correct. And so you just have to fill out that form and then you can import these things.
Mhm.
Another thing that they have implemented is that there needs to be a clear serial number, unique serial number
Mhm.
in a position where you don't need to use a tool to see it. So we had some clarification on that.
Where are they suggesting the serial number goes?
So they don't necessarily care where it is on the receiver, but a lot of people are going to put it under like the trigger guard
Mhm.
or up in the trigger well where the trigger sits, just so it's out of sight in regards to doesn't mess with the aesthetics.
Mhm.
They can't be inside the receiver because then they say, you can't dismantle the blaster to see that it's inside. It needs to be able to be seen clearly without a tool.
And what are the government intending to do with each of these serial numbers?
So it will be they will be recorded under registry.
Mhm.
When you do receive these items through customs, through Border Force, you do have to give them the list of serial numbers.
Okay.
So in your form, they'll have a record of the serial numbers and then they'll keep it on their database.
Yep. So the government are fully aware of all of these products that are coming
Correct.
into the country.
Correct.
That's great.
Color doesn't matter. So what they're saying in regards to that is, if it was pitch black and someone saw a silhouette of it,
Mhm.
that it can't clearly resemble an
Yes.
M4 receiver.
All I'm seeing now is pink guns everywhere.
Yeah.
Sorry, pink gel blasters.
Gel blasters, correct. And then on the pistol side of things, they will consider the frame as the receiver for a pistol.
Yep.
So that's where the serial number would need to be there. I did show them some of the grips that we were trying to get in from Monk. He's Border Force is going to get more clarification from the bosses above them.
Mhm.
So we're just waiting on a response from them. They seem to be very willing to help us out.
Mhm.
I did ask the question, how much weight do you guys have in these discussions? And his response to that is, if I reasonably think that this is the interpretation of the law and someone above me says no, I need them to justify it to me. If they can't clearly justify it, then I will keep on continuing to fight them on it until they can sway me either which way.
Okay.
So it seems really promising in that regard.
Yep. Well, that's fantastic news for the industry, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. All right, so a little bit more information of what's happening out in the community is Gel City school holiday sessions. So they've opened up between 11:30 and 2:30 and 3 o'clock and 5:30.
Do we know what the age brackets for those are, or is it literally school age?
Gel City, they do accommodate for a younger age bracket.
Yep.
I don't know exactly what that is. Is it 10?
10 plus.
10 plus. Black Site is 12 plus.
Mhm.
Black Site Tactical Casual Session is launching in July. So Haydo is going to be pretty busy over the next couple of weeks.
Shout out to Haydo.
Over the next couple of weeks, finishing off the field so that we can deliver our tactical sessions. Obviously, the tactical casual sessions are for the casual player that wants something a little bit more. So we've got a lot of regular players that are here every single weekend, and so they want a little bit more of a challenge. Players will learn in our tactical casuals, obviously, team communication, room clearing, objective gameplay. VIP escorts is obviously one of the game modes that we'll be playing in there. Intel recovery as well. We'll have props. Bomb objectives. So Kalen is our resident prop manufacturer.
I've got a sneaking suspicion that you might have me down on this day to start learning. So if you all want to come down and either, learn with me or have a bit of a laugh at my expense, I think I might be here.
Yeah. Obviously team movement, so that's squadding up with players and learning how to clear rooms with a squad. And decision making while you're under pressure. That's always a lot of in our tactical sessions, especially like in our campaign sessions. We had a lot of squads go, I haven't felt such an adrenaline rush like this since I first started. And just seeing how hyped those squads were while they were getting ready and going through their tactics, trying to work out how to navigate through our field and overcome these objectives was really rewarding for us. So that's always good. Another thing is Molavik Insurrection. So August 8th and 9th. So they're an immersive role-play and milsim event featuring fractions, diplomacy, intelligence gathering, and story-driven objectives. That's another outdoor milsim event.
Oh,
So
here we go.
when the boys were talking
more,
about that,
more
yeah,
things that I am yet to learn, which is going to be very exciting.
yeah.
When someone takes me on some sort of experience like that.
Well, this is a 2-day event.
Yep. At
so
least I know the guys will help me with my
loadout.
Thank you.
I don't know how camouflage you're going to be in a hot pink loadout.
Hey, don't give away all the secrets yet. Not that we've been planning, or I've been planning this outfit for a little while, but green has never really been my colour.
So this is an outdoor event that runs over 2 days.
Yeah.
These boys will camp out overnight. They will, yeah.
Sorry, guys, I'm not going on that one. I'm out for that one, but maybe a couple of hours just so I can get used to it and be fine.
I'm not a fan of the outdoor only because of all the walking.
Some things never change.
Yep, this body ain't built for cardio. But some guys get right into it.
Yeah.
So if you guys are interested in something like that, that's your jam.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to look out for that over in August 8th and 9th. Any other thoughts?
Look, I think that we've covered some really key things that were niggling on my mind today.
Yep.
So definitely the safety component, definitely the, obviously the aesthetics to make sure that the outfit that I've got in mind for the future when I start kicking your ass at this, which is going to be so fun.
Bring it.
Yeah. And I think it was just like really important just to talk about that inclusivity, because like building up the community is going to be one of like the biggest, I want to say the biggest challenges, but I think that it's actually just getting over that hurdle of people being introduced to the sport. And then I don't think it's going to be hard for people to want to stay here.
Yeah. Like if we keep on doing what we do best.
Yeah.
The new players, new people that are interested.
Mm-hmm.
Once they sort of get over that initial in fears, I wouldn't go as far as saying fears, but I wouldn't go saying as far as misunderstanding either. Once they sort of see behind the curtain,
yeah, absolutely,
then they'll see how inviting and how fun it is.
Yeah.
So just remember, players, call your hits.
Whatever that means. I'm yet to learn. But I'm not going to lie, I was kind of like toying with how do we actually sign this off? And I think that we should just stick with what we've done for a lifetime and